So the purpose of this training is to show you a few things about Xero. So the first thing is the Xero pricing. So these two plans here are pricing which is available to Xero partners. So you can't go to their website and subscribe to these versions. But the first one is non-GST Cashbook. Basically what it'll do is it'll allow all the transactions to come into Xero from your bank. It'll allow you to reconcile them and code them, but it won't let you send invoices or set up creditors in Xero. It also doesn't handle multi-currency or payroll. The next version up is the GST Cashbook, which will allow you to do GST returns and submit them to the IRD, but once again it won't allow you to send invoices, set up creditors in Xero, or do multi-currency or payroll. So then you move into the business edition plans, which is the starter version, and then there's standard and premium. So the starter, the main limitation is that it has 5 invoices that you can send or bills that you can set up in Xero per month, and for some small businesses that's fine. Then you go up to the standard one, which has 1,000 bills and invoices, and then you've got up to the next version, which is premium, and the only difference between premium and standard is the multi-currency. So you can set up bank accounts in different currencies, and you can send invoices in, say, US dollars or Australian dollars and receive money back in those, and it'll handle the accounting in the background. So if we go through to Xero into the demo version, so the things which I was going to cover off today was the chart of accounts, bank feeds, and any existing bank balances. So the chart of accounts you get through by going settings and clicking on chart of accounts there, or going general settings and chart of accounts. And what this has got is a list of all the different codes which you can code a transaction to, and is grouped between, in this line here it has types, and types can be assets, which are things that you own, like bank accounts or inventory or motor vehicles. It can be liabilities, which is loans or credit cards. Equity, which is your retained earnings or drawings or funds introduced. You have expenses and revenue. So you always set up a bank account as an asset. So you go add bank account up here, and you can select bank account. So for instance, if you set up your bank and say if you chose, I don't know, ANZ, it'll come up with some different options, but ANZ New Zealand, you put in the account name and put in a code. Normally I use 600. Sometimes it's used, sometimes it's not, but it'll tell you there if it's available. And then put in an account number, whatever it is, and then go save. Now that obviously wasn't a real bank account number, but if you go to the dashboard, it now has a bank account number here, testing, and then you click on to set up a bank feed. You click up here, and then there is normally instructions on how to set up a bank feed, but because it's not a valid number, it's probably getting a bit confused. So when you set up Xero, if you're taking it if you've got an existing business and you have an accountant who does a set of accounts for you every year, then you need to start with really the opening balance at the end of last year when the accountant did your accounts. If you're just starting a business and you've just started it, you can import the transactions from the start of the bank, from the start of when it was a business through to the current date by importing a bank statement. So you export it from your bank as a QIF file, and then you go import a bank statement down here, and that'll import all the transactions into Xero. That's about all I'm going to cover today, but keep listening, and I will have lots of other training coming up.